single sex versus co-ed classes, so don't take any notes.
I'm not.
That's cheating. So it kind of interests me because I know some students in this class and Dr. Elliott's class have gone to one of the other elementary schools who actually uses single sex classrooms. So I kind of wanted to look into it a little bit more and kind of see what it was all about. So basically, it really focuses a lot on the females, from what I've learned. So like, giving every student fair and equal opportunity, especially for females, because at the elementary level, because boys can get really rowdy, they can get really competitive, and don't like to share sometimes. So a lot of girls tend to, based on these studies and what they've said, lose a lot of practice attempts, which is big for us, knowing practice attempts to get as much practice as we can. So the females are those who seem to suffer the most in the code educational environments. Also, some of the things that females catch from the males is verbal harassment sometimes, and this can go either way. Females can be verbally harassing males too, or displaying physical contact, or taking girls' turns, like I said, or taking over turns for boys. But mainly, its focus says it's mainly the girls who are suffering. So some of the disadvantages that some of the girls, that some actual female students said, was like they're not as strong as the boys, they're not as fast, and these are coming from female students, not me. Just want to throw that out there.
That's a good bit.
So, and one thing I thought was interesting that I found was that the males displayed more positive attitudes towards physical activities that are really challenging and make you take a risk. So as soon as I read that, I thought the adventure education stuff, so like taking a risk and stuff like that. The female students showed favorable attitudes towards physical activities that are emphasizing aesthetics. Was that right? I hope so. Aesthetic, yes. But aesthetic, yeah. What Kendra said. But so it's definitely a difference, especially when they're younger, on the type of physical activity that they enjoy themselves. So I think getting them, based on what these studies have found, is getting them in their single-sex classes will actually help them be able to focus more on themselves and not have to worry about the opposite sex so much. And what I thought was interesting was that a lot of students preferred single-sex classes, especially the females, because they were able to participate on a lot higher level, so they're not giving up their turns due to boys, jumping in front of them or being overly aggressive. And the females were able to challenge themselves a lot more than what they would in a regular co-ed class. And they don't have to contend with the boys because of this. So this is why they're able to grow a little more, and they don't have to do with the aggressive and dominant behavior. So some of the actual data that I found was fitness scores. Female students aren't, kind of like I've said, they're not as embarrassed when there's not boys around, so they kind of focus more on themselves. And so here what it says is 44.3% of the females performed in the healthy fitness zone, and 55.7% in the not healthy fitness zone category. And then the males measured a little bit higher with 56.4% and 43.6%. And after putting them into single-sex classrooms, for the 1 mile run in the healthy fitness zones for single-gendered males compared, they actually fell, but the females, as you can see, raised a lot more. So this, going back again, it's really more beneficial for